Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl. Seven Super Bowls. 2 teams. 1 man, 1 smoking wife. Woo, who's richer than him. She has more money than he does. Her family's like, they're billionaires. He like left a supermodel, another one, Bridget Moynihan, said, I want someone, Brazilian, South American. I like to dig her. I like the blondes now. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna start winning Super Bowls just randomly. No one thought I could do it. I'm just gonna do it. And then I'm just, I'm getting older. I want to get warmer weather, win Super Bowls there. No big deal. New team. Who cares? It's all right. No big deal. I don't mind. Oh, you like this? A little bit of the freshness? Sorry, I'm gonna button this up. My apologies. It's a little off the cuff today. What I see on Twitter right now trending is, aside from my last post about Tom Brady being racist, the implication was just ridiculous, utterly absurd. You could say that, but context, in what context? She may or may not have voted for Trump, probably, but then he's a racist. Let's move on. Whatever. This is absurd. 75 million people are racist then. It's a weird presumption, or that he has to make up for that somehow. It's an absurd notion. Anyway, Tom Brady, Serena Williams. Well, she has 23 Grand Slams, so clearly she's the greatest of all time. That's totally legitimate. It's a fair argument if it was in proportion, but that's not what Twitter universe is doing. That's not what social media is doing. They're cutting down the man. He just won the Super Bowl for the 7th time, first season with his new team, new players, new offensive coordinator, new system. When he plays for the Patriots under Josh McDaniels' offense, he has pre-snap reads. They do motions, all this shit. I always feel like if you're going to place a bet on something, how successful it may or may not be, you want all the information before you are at risk, before you place the investment, before the ball snapped. Bruce Arians doesn't do that. All the reads happen after the snap. That's why I think most quarterbacks in his system throw interceptions, so many, they're most usually in their careers in their first year or first couple years with Bruce Arians, because they have to learn the system, which I feel is not necessarily ideal for, long-term success, but I think they've adopted some things that Tom Brady feels more comfortable with: crossing route patterns, controlling the clock, moving the chain systematically. Tom Brady, the best thing he does is play within the offense. If you say someone like Deshaun Watson's super talented, but he plays outside of the offense because he's constantly creating and moving away and running around. I told you about this in my previous video. He just breaks away from the offense and creates his own plays, but by doing this over and over again, the system doesn't work. He's not playing within the offense. He's stuck when the team is down and he needs to systematically move the chains. He's kind of putting himself in a position where it's win or lose by running around and throwing deep balls. Teams can start, playing deeper coverage, give him stuff underneath, raises his completion percentage. But then I told you about this in a previous video. What Tom Brady's able to do in a pocket, I wish Lamar Jackson could do, to stay in the box. But let's get back to brass tacks here. Serena Williams is unequivocally, you could easily say, the greatest athlete of all time by numbers. They're talking about her slams, 23, the most championships by any person in any sport. Okay, fine, sure. Federer is close though at 20. He is also a man. Men, skeletally and muscle-wise, have more ability, I think, in terms of potential for kinetic, the kinetic chain, and just, all things being equal in terms of gender equality. I think it's fair to say that men, objectively speaking, are stronger. Is that fair? Even transgender people argue that when someone goes on hormones, they lose 10 to 12% of their ability or their performance. They try to justify this for why the gap between men and women is 10 or 12% in terms of athletic performance. And because a transgender goes down, a transgender man, for example, that transitions from biological male to a woman, he can then play women's track or something like that because he's lost that 10, 12%, so now it's even. Which is very subjective and a ridiculous thing to say and complete lunacy. But if you want to take that point to its logical conclusion, what the hell is everyone complaining about? And why is everyone jumping on this guy? Why don't they talk about how she's way better than Michael Jordan? Is it just because it's topical? I feel like it's almost racist in a sense. He's just this really good-looking, rich white guy who's kind of dorky. And he is kind of a dork if you think about it. Watch his videos. He's just I was at the club last night just dancing. You know, just getting my groove on. Then Giselle came in and we started like dry humping. It was great. It had really went crazy. Just like, went a little X-rated there, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna next week we're gonna go to the roller derby and then I don't know, Bed Bath and Beyond, go crazy. I mean, the guy just seems like he's not, what is it, Jim McMahon, Mike McMahon, from the 80s, the Bears, like coked out of his mind. Just, where are the strippers? I want midgets this time. I want Peloponnesian midgets. Yeah. No, he's very boring, little too vanilla, no pun intended. But too vanilla for everyone else. Too vanilla for the Twitter universe. He's too easy of a target. Hold on now, people. 23 Grand Slams. If they had said if it was in proportion that her sport she's dominated more than any other athlete in their respective sport, that's fine. But they didn't do that. They're saying, just objectively speaking, she's the best. Despite losing to men, she's literally lost to men outside the top 200 playing recreational tennis. And she's even admitted herself that she would lose if she wouldn't be a top 10 player in the men's tour, obviously. I recall John McEnroe getting in trouble for saying this, and it was just objectively true. She said it herself, men's sport's completely different than the WTA, Women's Tennis Association. I'd get slaughtered. They're way more powerful, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't matter, because it's way more interesting, the angst, as I talked about the other day. Let's create that friction, the angst. Let's create a dichotomy of positions so people can combat each other in cliques and a discussion gets generated. Jeff Zucker leaving CNN is because Trump isn't there and politics are about to get really boring. They're losing the friction. He's going to take his equity, all the good stuff he was able to do running CNN, albeit with a fantastic guy to attack for years in Trump, and go somewhere else and do something else. Fulfill his contract so he looks like a team player for whoever else is his next potential employer. But ultimately, gotta have the friction, man. It's the only way the system works. And it's kind of disgusting because it preys upon the basic instincts of us, you and I. We just want, I don't know, we like the angst. And Tom's an easy target. But he's the greatest. He's the greatest of all time. At least as a quarterback, of all the white quarterbacks that are alive today, let's just make it really specific. I think he's the best. Is that fine? Is that fair? Is that okay? Is that unattackable? Is that like indisputable? Like, I think let's keep him in that box. Let's just not allow anything else. He's not better than necessarily like a female bowler who might be really good, but just in his box of white quarterbacks that are all alive. Not even saying dead ones, like Frank Tarkenton or Johnny Unitas or something. No, just keep him in this box. I don't know. Oh, man, it's so tough being successful. People just want to destroy you. They feel like you deserve the right to be criticized, and especially behind your back. It's weird, man. I think I saw this ad for Edward Scissorhands on the commercial on the Super Bowl. I thought that was funny. I created a meme. It's I hope it was a C-section, assuming that Timothy Chalamet came out with the things, he was born that way. I know that's not really the case in the movie, but I thought it was funny. It was the first meme I created. I think memes are so stupid, but I felt like I had to. I could create pub. I don't know if I'm doing this. I might try different things. I don't know. And then I saw an ad for Queen Latifah being the Equalizer, Denzel Washington's movie character. There's a show on CBS that's starting. And I was thinking, I created a tweet. It was is that show, are white people for that show going to be what rapists are to Law and Order SVU? Notice all the rich white people that Denzel was always making things even. You can't treat people this way. I'm the Equalizer. It's going to be something like that, but a Law and Order's rape after SVU is every episode rape. It's Sarah, where are you going? Oh, I'm just going to go home. I only have 3 blocks to go. I'll be fine. You sure you don't want to walk you? No, okay. Boom, Sarah gets raped. Okay, next episode. Kelsey, my paramour, likes this show. She watches it on a loop. How can you watch all this rape over and over again? It's good. I like it. This is your binge watching rape over again? It's weird. She also likes serial killers and really interested in that topic, but I won't go there. And then the next episode's like, hey, Michaela, I was wondering if maybe you'd like want to go out to dinner with me or something, like just hang out. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that, but I think I'm just gonna get back with my ex-boyfriend. Are you sure, Michaela? You sure that's what you want to do? Boom, he rapes Michaela. Because I'm gonna rape you now. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like really interesting how people keep pushing the equality, all people are equal, but then also everyone is amazing just by the color of their skin, or terrible, like Tom Brady. I don't know. I think we gotta stop this shit. All right, everyone have a good day. Boring Super Bowl, by the way. Anyone like care about that Super Bowl? Everyone knew it was over by the fourth quarter. Nothing much to say about it. Even JT O'Sullivan on the QB school was like, I don't know, this is kind of boring. I mean, I'll see you later. Bye. Tom Brady, how is he not the GOAT? 43 years old, I'd be having my hip replaced. The guy's winning Super Bowls on a new team. He's insane. He's the best. The best. Well, I need my hip replaced too. Giselle was my wife, know what I mean?